Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. My name is Sam.
And I'm Chris. How you doing, Sam?
I'm great. And that's good that our names are that, because we called the podcast the Chris and Sam podcast.
Which would be terrible if I was billing you with Bob.
I know. It would have made no sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we are. This is episode number 23.
23.
Yeah. We don't have a title for this yet because we haven't even discussed what we're talking about, because that's how we roll.
Yeah. I've got an idea of what I might... it might be known as, after this, my rant time.
Okay. Chris,
but no, I'm going to do that last.
You're going to do that last?
Rant time till last.
What's been happening?
I've been doing all sorts of stuff, as you know.
So
What's going on?
Nothing different then.
Yeah,
you're always busy.
Nothing really different. But yeah, so I've got this new job starting in a couple of weeks, and it's starting to. Actually, it's a week tomorrow, isn't it? Far out. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm getting a little nervous because it's just that new job thing, you know. I don't know what to expect, and it's a big change, a big step, and yeah. Anyway, it's a good thing.
But you get a company car and stuff, so it's all cool.
Yeah. I get money.
Oh, money, yeah.
Oh, yeah, money.
That's what makes the world go round. I actually, guess what happened to me? I got a compliment on my beard.
So, I get it. It was a blind person?
No.
They could actually feel that.
No, well, they could if they wanted to. Any blind people out there listening? You want to feel my beard? Go right ahead. No, I was at the traffic lights, picked my daughter up. Well, we'd been taking my daughter to jazz class. And we're sitting at the traffic lights, and it's a stinking hot day, had the windows down, and there's like a car in the row next to me. This is outside the hospital where the lights are. Yeah. And there's a car full of 4 dudes, and all I hear is, hey, you. I sort of like looked. Hey, just want to say, really like your beard. It's pretty cool. And they all start like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, this isn't weird at all. I was like, So I yelled back. I said, I think that's the only time I've ever had a compliment for my beard. Thanks. And then the light went green and we left, and my daughter leans forward and whispers, Dad, what were they saying? I said, they're just complimenting on my beard. Oh, okay, cool. So I tweeted that, and I put on my personal account, WebSam, just got complimented on my beard. Stay awesome, Hamilton, I think.
Yeah, I think I actually saw that.
So a few people retweeted that and favorited it, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, WebSam's a famous tweeter in the community.
Haven't been on it much lately. Been focusing on the Chris and Sam pod and New Zealand Filmmakers podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And speaking of which, for you listeners out there, if you are enjoying this, and I certainly hope you are, do us a huge favour and get somebody else to listen to us as well.
Yeah, pass it on.
We want to grow our listening base, and we want to get some more input and get a lot more conversations going. So if you could do us that one favour, go out and share this with somebody else.
If you really want to do something else, just for the hell of it, and you're in iTunes, find us and just leave us a rating. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, see, I haven't even rated us because I don't have iTunes. But if you can do that on my behalf, that'd be awesome.
Do that on Chris's behalf.
And and if you haven't subscribed with whatever podcast software you're using,
Podcatcher app is the correct term, apparently.
Podcatcher app? That just sounds dodgy.
No, that's the term. If you go online,
was that those hillbilly guys you listen to? Calling it. It's a podcatcher app. No, that's what we use.
That's the broad term for an app that aggregates podcasts.
Okay.
There you go. You learned something.
I'm surprised it isn't just a PSS.
Yeah, that's what it should have been.
Yeah. Well, there you go. See, that makes more sense.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Psst, psst. I need a psst. Yeah, that's not going to work at all. Nobody's going to go with that.
No.
Anyway, okay, moving on.
You've put on our list on Trello something about slashes, and I didn't know what any of that meant. Oh yeah, so there was this thing in the Herald on the weekend, and I thought it was interesting. I thought, I'll mention this. So it says variety. This is the Herald, under the Herald jobs section. It says variety, the spice of life for slashers. And it's like, what sort of crap headline is that anyway? But because going for a slash in New Zealand, for people that don't know, that's the term for going for a piss.
Yeah, or urinating.
Sorry, urinate. That is the term for urinating.
And actually, a funny aside on that, the Sevens rugby tournament, everybody's dressed up, and everybody goes dressed up in this big party thing. And I went into the toilet, and there were 5 slashers, dressed like Slash from Guns N' Roses at the urinal. And it's 5 slashers are slashing. And I was like, I want to get my phone out, but no, you can't do that in a public toilet. No. But that was hilarious. One of the highlights of my life.
Did you yell out like a song lyric?
Yeah.
Like Sweet Child of Mine? Or
I was like, slashers at slashing. Anyway, that was an aside. I was getting back to the Herald job slashers. They've been labelled slashers, and they have job titles like writer/photographer or teacher/musician.
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't even know what that meant till I just read it out now and went, oh, that's what they say, because they put a slash in there.
This is how well Chris researches things.
My research is amazing. Amazing.
So podcaster/researcher. One more than the other, maybe.
I'm a slasher for sure. Anyway, they call these portfolio careers, and they're a late 20th and early 21st century invention. And it talks about people that do things that they like doing. And, they might have 2 jobs, or one job is paid and one's a hobby type thing. Or,
Do they state that in CVs and stuff?
Yeah. That's,
so they can just randomly put in their hobby?
Well, yeah, no, but they are a photographer. They want to be a professional, but at the moment it's just hobby stuff,
So I'm giant pumpkin grower / podcaster.
Yeah, totally. Well, but that was my point. That was why I was going to bring it up. Is they're going on about the millennials or the Gen Ys or whatever it is.
Yeah, Gen whatever.
Doing all this, and I'm like, dude, I am far beyond before Gen Y, and I'd consider myself a slasher in those terms.
Yeah, imagine your business card.
Also, it's
about 20 slashes in there.
Yeah. But I mean, so I don't know. I think that's a bit on the nose. Anyway, it is something that is happening with more people. More people are doing more things. There's very few people that do, one job and one hobby.
Especially in the younger generation. Oh, no, they're saying that. I know some people that don't do anything.
I think that's my point. I don't think it is ageist. I think it is a technology thing. We just have more stuff available to us now that we can do, and we have more tools to do it, and the more tools we have that compresses our time and allows us to do more things. I mean, I think 20 years ago, I couldn't do all the things I'm doing now. I would have had more energy 20 years ago. But we didn't have the tools to do it all. Anyway, there was just a random thought.
Looks like a pretty decent article.
Yeah.
It's like half a page.
Well, my research, I only read the first paragraph.
Oh, no. Well, we were there when you were doing the research. Live research, folks. It's the way of podcasting.
Well, hey, look. I mean, you were talking in the last episode about other podcasts. At least we did some research.
Yeah. That's how we are.
Although, I will say I'm quick to pull the trigger on an opinion without a lot of research sometimes.
Yeah. But. I've got something here that I was going to mention. I've sort of had it floating around between all the different podcasts we've done, but I only just got around to mentioning it now. If you want to do a survey, and this isn't a paid advert, no one's paying us to advertise anything, trust me. If you want to do a survey, I did one for the people that come to my pumpkin website, and a lot of people use SurveyMonkey.
Yeah, that's what I've always used.
Everyone knows that. But the free account, there's some limitations to it, obviously, because it's free. They want you to pay. So I actually found another website called sogosurvey, SOGO survey.com. And their website doesn't have it right now, but sometimes when you go to their website, the first thing that you see is, does things that you wish SurveyMonkey could.
That's the logo or the tagline.
It was, but I see.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's been killed legally.
Yeah, I think it's been killed legally. But their free account has more features than SurveyMonkey. You can have way more questions, way more people take the survey. So check that out.
Oh yeah, and you can do those. What do you call it? Routed questions. So if they answer one thing for this,
you can only do one routed question.
And
you don't find that out until you're actually doing the routed questions. But you can't do any in SurveyMonkey, I'm sure, from the free account.
So if you don't know what I mean by routed questions, it's like you've got a whole bunch of questions you're going to ask a man, and which are different from the questions you're going to ask a woman. So you're going to ask
First
question, are you a man or a woman? And then that's going to determine what the other questions will be.
Yeah, and if you were to pay for sogosurvey, their paid accounts are cheaper as well than SurveyMonkey. So it'd be good to check them out.
Yeah.
That's my little tip. Good. They'll be in the show notes. Yeah, it worked really well, and I got some really good feedback.
Does it look quite polished?
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah. No, because I like that about SurveyMonkey. It is quite polished.
Yeah.
Like, I've done things with the Google one, and it looks pretty...
Oh, yeah.
Not so flash looking. You know, I mean, it works fine. But
yeah. Functionality's there. It just doesn't look that nice.
Yeah, which we all know about Sam and his predilection for things that look nice. Well, I know that this software is recording our podcast exceptionally well, but it looks ugly. Let's put in this beautiful-looking software that screwed everything up.
It didn't screw everything up. It was the drivers. The computer updated all the drivers, which caused the problem.
Oh, so are you going to go back to using the other software now? After we totally lambasted it?
No, I don't know. Well, to be honest, it only does a couple of extra things really well that Audacity can't.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm used to Audacity now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll try it. We'll see.
It's up to you. If you want me to research it, I can probably look it up on the internet for you.
I don't want to stress you out with that.
Yeah.
But for a simple podcast like this, Audacity's fine.
Yeah, no,
That's when we got
like
into
Audacity.
the more complicated stuff.
Yeah, no, I like Audacity. I've been using it for years. Okay, what else have we got on here? You got a story?
No, you've got events that we're going to. I moved it.
Oh, okay. Mine hasn't updated. Okay, events that we're going to. I thought we should put this in here, just saying because I like catching up with people. Sam likes catching up with people. Really like going and having a beer with people if we can, but there you go. I was going to mention script to screen, but I've already done that.
That was in the last episode, if you're wondering what he's on about.
But so I wanted to actually mention that I was going to that, so hopefully I can catch up with some people. So what I've got coming up, not this weekend, the following weekend, which is the 7th of March. 7th of March is the Relay for Life. So we will be walking there. I'll have a team.
When he says we, he means him. Chris and his team, not me.
Me and my team.
I might turn up though, just to show my support and record something.
Yeah, so Relay for Life, if you don't know, is a great event. It's all about raising money for cancer, the New Zealand Cancer Society, which do not get a grant from the government. And of course, cancer is the thing that probably affects more New Zealanders than anything else.
1 in 4.
Well, yeah, everybody knows somebody who's suffered or died from cancer. So it's a big deal. And one of the guys, I've done it for many years, the Relay for Life, with a team of people. We had a bit of a break for a couple of years. One of the guys actually from our team died from cancer, and he was only 30. It was like
that's not
a big surprise thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it means a lot for us. So if you are in Hamilton, it's out at Mystery Creek this year. Normally, in the last couple of years, it's been Ruakura, and before that it was Claudelands. So now it's in Mystery Creek, and so come along, say hi. I was going to tell you what the name of our team is, but I've totally forgotten what the name of our team is.
And you're the one organising it.
No, I'm not. Oh man, I
sidestepped
that so well. So I had two different people trying to get me to join their team because they couldn't get a team together, and I just introduced them to each other on Facebook and said, "You guys have half a team each. You've got a whole team now. You're a team." And that's why I can't remember the name, because they came up with some name in between. And I have been so hands-off because I've been so busy with everything else. I feel terrible. Initially, I was the biggest fundraiser in the team for a little while there. I've got to do some more fundraising this week, so expect to be blasted in Facebook and stuff. Our team was in the top 5 fundraisers of the event, which was pretty cool.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I think we've probably been knocked out of that now. We were 5th for a while there. So, but anyways, it's a great day. It's good fun. Bring the kids. There's always a little bit to do. And, shows your support. So that's one thing that I'm up to. What else are we up to? We've got...
Social Media Club Auckland coming up.
Yes. Do you have a date for that?
No.
Okay, so
I was trying to find it before, but Facebook wouldn't let me do a search. Thanks, Facebook.
Okay. So they have a website, SMCAKL.com.
Yeah, bound to.
No, they do.
Yeah, but it's so much easier just seeing things on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, look at it.
It is if you can spell.
I know. Look, it won't even let me hit. Oh, here we go.
Sam's Social Media Club, Auckland. There we go. What do we got? Oh, while he's finding it. So we've got Social Media Club Auckland. So I'm looking forward to going up there. So if you are in Auckland, you listen to us, hey, why not hang out, come along. We'll tell you when it is and what the venue is as soon as Sam finds it, which he should really just go to the website because it's on the front page. So
look at him going with this research.
So Sam's going to Google instead of just typing in SMCAKL.
I don't want to get it wrong.
It's called SMCAKL. SMCAKL.com, I told you. Okay, so what do we got? Events.
Oh, it's the Internet of Things is the next one.
Oh,
that's right.
Yes.
We're going to talk about...
After listening to Mark Goodman, and if you haven't heard about Mark Goodman yet, you will, particularly if you're into interesting stuff. Mark Goodman's just coming out with a book called Future Crimes. Actually, I believe...
Have you brought this book yet?
Yes, I pre-ordered it.
Okay, I thought you...
It gets released on the 24th of February, which was yesterday, but it didn't come down to my Kindle yesterday because it's only the 23rd of February yesterday in USA.
So you're going to get it tomorrow?
So I'll get it today, I think, because it's 25th.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, I'll check that afterwards. One of the things he talks about in these talks is that, the internet with IP version 4, IPv4, is 50 billion, I think, consecutive connections in the internet. When they go to IPv6, which is the next step, which they're doing soon, it will be, I forget the exact number, is something octillion.
Yeah, they need that, eh?
Yeah, because of all the things that will be connected. Like, it's ridiculous. So he said, to give you an idea of the size differentiation, if today's internet is the size of a golf ball, by 2020, I think it is, the size of the internet will be the size of the sun.
Excellent.
Like a difference between the golf ball and the sun. So this Internet of Things thing, it'd be a SMCAKL, Social Media Club Auckland. Did we get a venue for that?
We did. I kept pointing to it, but you weren't paying attention. 18th of March.
18th of March is the venue.
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Vodafone up in Auckland.
Oh, yeah. So Vodafone building, the Viaduct Harbour Avenue. So 6 p.m, 8 p.m, 18th March. We'll put a link to that in the show notes.
Yep.
If you're in that area, come along, hang out, say hello, and we'll have a beer. And pizza. They usually have pizza there.
They do have pizza.
So what else is there? The other thing we want to... So we got TEDx Auckland, I think. Do you want to look that up as well?
Yeah, I'll have a look while you keep talking.
Yeah, so TEDx Auckland, I talked about TED and TEDx in the last episode, but yeah, TEDx Auckland, the date was put out, I think last year it was $100 a ticket. I imagine it's the same this year. It is, have we got the date? Reserve your ticket this year. Just click that reserve your ticket thing. And the computer is thinking slowly.
Yeah. No, they haven't sorted out the ticketing. It was just mentioned on, hang on.
I saw it Twitter, I think. So I'm pretty sure it was like 2nd of May, but I don't want to put anyone astray.
Oh, I don't.
Type in TEDx Auckland and all he comes up on Facebook is photos of me.
It's not a photo, it's a video of you looking terrible.
Yeah, okay.
That was...
Do you have to say I look terrible? That's sort of...
Oh, I'm sorry, you look like crap. It's the 2nd of May, which is
the 2nd
Saturday.
of May. It's Saturday, the 2nd of May. Fantastic, great.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to get a ticket. I haven't got a ticket yet. I will be getting a ticket as soon as
I have to
when I get my new job.
I have to budget for this ticket.
Yeah. Well, we'll get tickets. So Chris and Sam will be there. Woohoo! Probably with a microphone, and we'll interview some people. That sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, so there's that, and then there's TEDx Ruakura, which is the 23rd of May, so later that month. The tickets will be a lot cheaper. It won't be $100. I think we haven't decided on the price yet.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to us. It's to cover the costs of the event.
Yeah,
we can't make any profit.
No.
It's a non-profit thing. But I think at this stage we're looking at it's probably around 25.
Yeah.
And I'm quite keen to have it lower rather than higher. The others don't necessarily agree with that, but also because you've got to apply to be there, you've got to fill in an application to be an attendee. So that's cool. What else have we got coming up? Anything else?
No, that's it, I think. Oh, Great Pumpkin Carnival, 29th of March.
29th of March. That's even closer. Man,
yeah,
seriously.
I should know that. I'm organising it.
Yeah.
Well,
do you organise the way I research? Like,
no,
I just turn up?
No, I'm a bit more organised. I have to be because I'm trying to organise.
So what's happening on the Great Pumpkin Carnival? You got anything you can tell us? What's going on?
Well, we've got the yearly downhill pumpkin roll at the end of the day.
So we still will have the pumpkin roll?
Yep.
Awesome.
So we're still smashing those up. We've got some things turning up this year called pumpkin races, which we're only showing people what they are.
Sort of a demo thing.
Thing. It's like a little car made out of a pumpkin to race down a track. We're not actually racing them this year. They're just for demo. But next year we're hoping to roll that out to all the schools and a lot more people.
Right, so the schools can make their own demo, their own carts.
Yep, and for entertainment for the kids, we've got these things coming up from, I can't remember where they're coming from, they're called bumpets. You know the Zorb balls that you roll down the hill? Well, this is like a blown up ball that you wear.
Oh, they play soccer with them. I've seen the videos. I love that.
Your arms and feet are sticking out of this giant ball, and you can just run in and fall over and
bounce into people.
So we've got those, and we've obviously got pumpkin carving. We're hoping to have some celebrities turn up that should be growing pumpkins, but we're not too sure who's turning up, so I can't say much because I don't know what's going on there. And it's going to be a great day. It's free.
And it's only about a month away.
Yeah, and it's at Hamilton Gardens on the 29th of March, which is a Sunday, and it's a great day out for the family.
Yeah, good, great for the kids and stuff. If I can make some recommendations, wear a wide-brimmed hat.
Bring lots of water.
Bloody hot there.
Or be prepared to buy water.
Yeah.
Or actually, Hamilton Gardens has these real cool
water fountains all over the place. But still, it's just easier to have a bottle of water. Or
no, they just brought some brand new fountains.
Do they?
They had to fundraise for them. They're really flash. They're like the ones that you see at gyms and stuff where you can put the bottle under it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Serious?
They've just installed them. Yep.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, no, I haven't seen those. So, that's cool. We'll bring some bottles. Empty bottles, even better.
Yep.
Okay, so that was the what's happening in the future.
That's what's happening with us.
And of course, if you want to invite us somewhere,
feel free to contact us.
Yeah, I mean, totally up for a tweet up, particularly in the Tron, because I don't have to go far. I'm actually in Auckland for the next couple of weeks. I'm going up on the 4th, and I'm going to be there for a couple of weeks. If you're up to not much one evening, let me know, because I probably won't be.
Excellent. If that invitation doesn't work for you, I don't know what will.
Hey, there was Tinder, and then there was the Chris and Sam podcast. That's all I need to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, neither worked. No. Okay. So anyway, moving on.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say was I had to drop a car off at a car dealership yesterday for work, which was fine. And then
you get to drop cars off all the time for all sorts of people, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. It's weird. And the young guy had to drive our vehicle back to work and then drive it back because they didn't have any loan cars that they could use, even though they've got a whole dealership full of cars. Anyway, it was a bit weird. So I was talking to this guy and I said, "What department are you in?" He goes, he's real young, looked like he was 20. He goes, "I'm in the grooming department, rah, rah, rah. I'm also a beekeeper."
Cool.
I was like, "How'd you get into the
An apiarist?"
Yeah, well, I knew that, but he said beekeeper, so I didn't want to bum him out. But I said to him, "How'd you get into that?" And he says, "My dad runs some company that provides services to ACC or something, but he wants to be a beekeeper." And I said, "I'll help you out with that." So last year we just started doing it. I assume his dad learned how to do it. I don't know. And they had 26 hives last year.
Wow.
And he says, hopefully this year they're going to double it.
Yeah, because a friend of mine, you don't know Owen, but yeah, he worked with Carl and I, and he had, that was one of his jobs in the past, was
cool.
a beekeeper.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it because I would die.
Oh.
I'd get stung and die.
Are you allergic to him?
Ridiculously allergic,
really?
Apparently. No, seriously deadly allergic. So
I never knew this. Do you have the old stabby pen?
No.
Do you need the stabby pen?
I don't know. I haven't researched it. I was running down the beach one day. This is 20 years ago. I was running down the beach one day, and actually, I was 19. I was 20.
I can imagine this in slow motion with some sort of mullet in the air, blowing backwards.
I probably did have a bit of a mullet, actually. And I was training all the time. I was fighting back then and stuff. So it was just a training run. I lived near the beach in Wellington, in Island Bay, and so I went for a normal run down the beach, 8Ks or something, I can't remember. And I came back and I did notice I got bitten on my arm or something, or my wrist, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. It didn't really hurt. So I actually just think it was a sandfly or something. I don't know that it was a bee. Next day I'm at work and I was working with tools. I was a sewing machine mechanic, industrial mechanic, and one of my knuckles started swelling up, and I'm like, I don't remember hitting that with a wrench, because you do that all the time, like smack. And I was like, wow, that's swelling up really quickly. And then I started
busy as a sewing machine mechanic. I never knew you did that, but
there was a factory and we had hundreds of them.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was pretty busy, and we did other machines as well. But
Yeah,
sewing machines was what I did most of the time. So my boss goes, I said, I'm getting a bit woozy here. So my boss takes me to the doctors, and he goes, what's this thing on your wrist? I'm like, I think I got bit when I was running. I just figured it was sandfly or mozzie or something. He gave me antihistamine injection. I walked out of the doctor's, crossed the road to the boss's car, and collapsed in the gutter, passed out.
Oh wow!
Don't remember anything else. Now I always thought they got an ambulance and took me to the hospital.
Yeah.
But no, apparently what happened, I only found this out this year, so this is a long time ago.
Okay, so you found this 20 years later.
Yeah. He dropped me off at my mum's place. My mum didn't have a car, so she rang her boyfriend, Glenn, who was actually a couple of years younger than me, and he came around with his motorbike and tied me to him on the back of the motorbike. I'm still unconscious. And
Stories can be fun. Did he try and pick up like a barbecue on the way or something?
No. So he ties me to the motorbike and takes me to the hospital. That's how I got to the hospital.
How is that someone... I don't even know what to say to that.
I didn't know what to say when I found out. I'm like, but surely you took me in a ambulance. No. Glenn came around and he just tied you to the back of him. I was like, okay. But at least they put a helmet on me.
Oh, well, that's all right.
So
that's the
right,
main thing. You're unconscious and tied to the back of a motorbike.
So anyway, I go up there, and my elbow and hand just totally swelled up. My elbow was the size of a football. My fingers were wide apart, but you couldn't put a piece of paper between them. It was like just swollen. And the doctor was saying, right, well, I think we're going to have to amputate that arm. And I'm like,
really?
No, seriously. And I'm like, oh, no, you're not. I'm going to punch the first bastard that comes near my arm. Amputating my arm. It's like, look, this poison's going down. There's this big little red line that you could see, and it's going to your heart, and if it gets to your heart, you're screwed, and da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, it stabilized. They put drugs in me or whatever, and it didn't get worse. And I'm like, no, please don't.
Whoa.
Don't want to lose the arm.
Touch and go.
Yeah, so I was in the hospital for 6 weeks.
What?
With this thing. It was really funny too, because I told you I was really fit. I was cut up. I was really fit.
Yeah.
I was quite young, and I didn't really have any experience with women at all. So I was in the shower.
You
one
don't
day.
have any experience with women now.
Oh, yeah, I know. Imagine what I was like 20 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm in the shower because I'm walking around with one arm in the air because I had to keep that hand raised or something.
Do they have drains on it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking around with my arm in the air all the time. And I got the drip out by this stage. And I was having a shower. And they have these big showers in the hospital where you can, so you can go in with a wheelchair type thing. And the shower's in half of the shower, but you've got a curtain. And there's another half that's dry, I guess, for wheelchair people. I don't know.
Yep.
So I'm walking in there and I'm having a shower naked there. And some nurse walks into the shower. Not into the room, but into the shower. And she goes, so you doing all right there? You need a hand? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. And she just paused for a bit, gave me the look up and down, went, okay, if you're fine. And she walked off, and I'm like, bah!
I'm thinking she wasn't really checking up on you. She was just checking you out.
I think so, but I was like, I could not think of a thing to say. Nothing witty came out, nothing.
No.
It was, oh my God. So that was funny. I mean, I was young. They let me out, though, for my friend's 21st, so I was allowed out of hospital for one night as long as I didn't drink any alcohol and all the rest of it. But I was almost killed by that. And then about a year later, I was riding a motorbike, went through the Victoria Tunnel, and Glenn was on the bike behind me.
Oh, you went tied together or something?
No, we were in separate bikes. And as we went into the tunnel, he was one of my best mates, the best mate.
Okay.
As we were getting into the tunnel, this wasp went down. I had a swan dry on. Wasp went down into my chest and started stinging my chest as I went into the tunnel. So I can't stop.
No, not really.
And I'm sort of weaving a little bit as I'm beating my chest with my free hand, the other hand on the throttle. Glenn's behind me going, what the is this guy doing? And as soon as I knew, as we went out of the tunnel on the basin side, there was a thing to Wellington College, a driveway.
Yep.
Because I used to go there. So I pulled in there, freaking rip open this swan dry, and the fucking wasp buzzes off. I'm like, you bastard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to get some antihistamine. I've got some tablets at home. And so we went straight back to Karori, where I was living at the time. By the time I got back to Karori, I'm waving all around the road, get in, have a couple of antihistamine, and slept for 24 hours. Like, I woke up and went,
well, you were good after that,
I was fine. I woke up I thought it was the next morning. I was like, wow, it's a bit late, isn't it? And they're like, no, you've been asleep more than a day. Like,
so that's all scary, and being strapped to the motorbike just cracks me up. Why don't you have something like the EpiPen or something?
I just avoid bees.
Okay, because that's way easier than just making sure you've got an EpiPen or whatever the hell they need.
I don't know what I need. I don't know.
Okay,
I've got some antihistamine upstairs.
Oh, that's all right.
So I've got a couple of pills. I usually have them around, and I had some in my motorcycle jacket all the time. So
we're going a bit over time here, but I do have a wasp story.
Okay.
So way back in the day, I was doing a forestry management course.
Of course you were.
Yeah, diploma in forestry management. I never quite finished it. I got bored near the end, but I did 2 years of it. And part of it is you have to do all the practical aspects of forestry work. So we were doing breaking out, I think it was. So that's just like clearing out all the scrub and stuff around young pine trees. So they all gave us a slasher, big metal object stuck to the end of a wooden handle. And they're just like, okay, there's the hill, get rid of all the weeds. So we're all doing that, and mine goes straight through the middle of a wasp nest. And I think it was about 6 wasps went down my shirt, and one went under my watch. And I just threw the slasher and was running down the hill, stripping my clothes off. And everyone's like, what's he doing? And there was this one that was under my watch just kept stinging me. So I'm trying to take my watch off, and it was not fun. Not fun at all.
Oh, man. That would have killed me.
I know, I was thinking that.
Quite literally.
Yeah. It's all right, though, because you've got antihistamines upstairs somewhere.
Yeah, in the mirror.
Do most people know this, though? No, probably not.
I think my flatmates do.
I
know, not the nurse, but the other one does. I haven't got around to telling.
The one that's probably more important in life.
Could help.
Yeah. I haven't told the nurse.
I keep forgetting myself, except when I see a bee, and then I'm like, oh, stay the fuck away from me,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one way to be.
It's ancient history.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did have one thing I wanted to say, but we'll have to wait till the next.
We can do that in the next episode, because that'll still be going on.
Yeah.
That thing that you want to talk about. So that's fine.
Okay, we'll do that.
So
that's all from us. So make sure you check out the website. So this is going to be called the Bee and Wasp episode, maybe?
It's
now?
the Chris is tied to a motorbike unconscious episode, I think.
Seriously, that's the funniest part of that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It is.
So
trust me. Because that's not normal.
I've got a few other motorbike stories maybe I shouldn't tell you about then later. Anyway, so you can catch us on thechrisandsampodcast.com, and all the show notes will be there. There will be no photos of me tied to a motorbike.
And you can check us out on all the podcast usual places. So do that. And until next time, I'm Sam.
And I'm Chris. Have a great day.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.